Welcome everybody to this week's episode of Relic News. My name is Lori Gagne, and this week we're celebrating Valentine's. Okay, Eric, my dear, it's time to get out from behind the camera. Come on over here. So, dear, come here. My dear French romantic, I don't want chocolates. I don't want perfume. I don't want a helicopter ride. I don't want a teddy bear or a Valentine's Day card. I just want the MX Sport. I had the pleasure of speaking with this amazing couple that are extremely involved in the community, and they still manage time to get out metal detecting. Here they are.
I'm Butch Holcombe, and I'm publisher of American Digger magazine and several other ventures with the American Digger name on it now. And this is my wife and business partner, Anita Holcombe.
Hello. Hello.
We both dig. Anita doesn't dig as much as she used to because her back gets sore, but I tough it out. I still dig as much as I can. I actually got into the hobby in 1967 or 68. And I've been digging for most of the time since then. I haven't been without a metal detector ever, and right now I have a closet full. And Anita started digging about 10 years ago.
Right, early 2000s. After I met him.
Yeah, I drug her into this nasty hobby. And one of the coolest things was, and we may get into this later about best finds, but on one of her first hunts, she found a Jefferson Davis hat badge, which is called a Hardy hat, if you want to look it up online. It's one of the big, tall military hats that was pinned up on one side. It's an eagle with the rays coming out of a beautiful piece. And when I ran into her in the woods, I said, "Have you found anything?" She said, "Just this." And she pulled out a handful of shotgun shells, nails, and this beautiful $300 pin. And I'm like, "Oh my God, put it in cotton."
I just had it in my pocket.
So she's learned a lot. But we do American Digger magazine. Oh boy, that was our first one. We do Graybird Relics. We do American Digger Relic Roundup, which is a weekly show, and I'm proud to say I think we're the longest running one out there now. And we have, oh my gosh, what else do we have?
American Digger events.
American Digger events, yes. We just put on a show in Charleston, South Carolina, which was a huge success. That was in January, and we will be doing it again next January 7th and 8th, I believe it is. So keep your eyes open for that. So we have we've turned what we love into a way to make a living, and I don't have to sell any of my finds, which I'm happy about because I keep all my stuff.
Have you ever wondered how the American Digger magazines came to be?
Now tell me about the magazine. How did that start? Did you guys just wake up one day and say, "Hey, let's do this," or?
Close, very
Butch
close.
used to write for most all of the magazines that were out there, and then we decided, we could do this. We had no clue, but we were like, we can do this, and we just sort of jumped off a cliff and started it, anticipating it would be like a part-time thing. He's still working full-time as a machinist. And it took off very quickly, and he was already kind of known in the hobby from his articles in other magazines. But it took off pretty quick, and within 6 months he quit his job, and we went full-time with the magazine. It was January, February 2005.
I just can't thank our readers and listeners enough.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. That's really funny how it was just like, I like how you explained it, Anita, like jumping off a cliff, expecting it to be a part-time thing.
Not only has Butch written articles for the American Digger magazine, but he has even written books. Here he is to explain them.
The first book was called Never Base a Skunk, and it was a humorous book about funny things that happen while you metal detect. And I'm not just saying this because I wrote the book, but people think it's hilarious. I followed up with that and wrote another book along with the co-author Charlie Harris, and that one was Never Mace the Skunk 2, The Legends Continue. And, you know, if you got a good title, just keep milking it. And number 3 is actually in the works, Never Mace the Skunk number 3, but since then, I also got into the publishing business other than the magazine. We also own Graybird Publishers, which has published several other Civil War books that I did the layout and most of the ghostwriting, and it depends on what the customer needs. They can come to us with a completed manuscript, we'll try to get it published, or they can come with us with just an idea, and we can go from there. There actually are 3 or 4 different Facebook groups that American Digger Magazine sponsors. There's American Diggers Can You ID? There's American Digger Readers Finds. There's American Digger Events. So just look on Facebook for American Digger and you'll find us too. Well, yeah, I'm still deciding what I want to do when I grow up. I'll probably keep writing. And I've always been a writer at heart. I started out with my writing career actually as probably 12 or 13 years old. I actually wrote a couple of short stories that I had forgotten. I looked back and saw them. But I decided I wanted to become a rock star, so I learned how to play music and wrote songs and poetry, hoping to attract girls, but I was too busy playing music to see the girls, so that didn't work out. So Anita gets serenaded by me every once in a while. So that has a bonus though, because on the Relic Roundup show, I do my own bump music, at least the exit music, so that helps.
So that's your original music that we hear on Relic Roundup.
The end of it is, yes. The first half of it is from Whit Hill and the postcards, Nashville, Tennessee.
Yeah, the opening music is
she was kind enough to let me play on well, I didn't play on her CD. I wrote her a song for her CD, and so she loaned us. She's
on Facebook.
Really talented.
She has a CD out called I Dug It Up.
Yes, a whole CD on metal detecting. And it's professional, too, because she's a professional
It's all
musician.
songs about digging. Now, we do have some copies of Never Mace Skunk 2, but one we're sold out of.
Oh wow! So if anybody would like, the second book, how would they go about getting that through you guys?
It's on GreatBirdRelics.com, which is GREY.
It's on American Digger website.
They can contact me, Anita, at AmericanDigger.com.
He was also on TV, on Treasures in the Attic that played on PBS.
TV interviews, but I have been lucky to be on TV a few times. In fact, one of the coolest things I ever did was it was a PBS show that was called Treasures in the Attic, and I was invited to be one of the appraisers on it. It's kind of like Antiques Roadshow
on a local level.
But it was really a cool thing.
So I asked Butch and Anita if they felt that this hobby has brought their family closer, and here is what they said.
Oh, yes. The family that digs together, loves together, or something like that. Stays together.
We're together a lot.
It is a wonderful hobby for families because not only are you together, but you get to go outdoors, you learn about history, you have fun. I mean, that's how Never Mace the Skunk was written. If you can go out metal detecting and never laugh, you're doing it wrong.
So what is Anita's favorite find?
Oh, wow. Do you want to go first on this one?
He already told you about mine, where I found the Jeff Davis badge, which we were at an organized hunt, and I ended up winning a free trip for the next time because the finds got judged. But at the time, I was still so new to the hobby that I didn't know what I had. I knew it had an eagle on it, and it was probably important. And it was in the ground this way rather than like this when I uncovered it. And when people found out that I had dug it, everybody wanted to know where, because they figured if I found that, there should be hat letters there and other parts to the hat. And there were people up and down that little hill where I found it, but nothing else was found other than the Jeff Davis badge. But I still have it. It stays in the curio cabinet. It's, probably my best and all-time favorite find.
And I got there right after she did, and I went over to the hole she dug it at, thinking that the rest of the hat was in there, and got a great signal. Dug down, and there was actually a beer can below where she had dug that. I don't know how she heard it. I have no idea.
What was Butch's favorite hunt?
Most valuable find would be a Georgia state seal box plate, which went on a Civil War soldier's cartridge box. There's probably less than 1,000 of them that were ever made. But you compare that to a 50 million coins minted, that's pretty rare. 1,000 made. I found one of those in perfect condition. And my favorite find was actually a soldier's identification disc from the Civil War. He was listed as a deserter, and I actually did the research on him and found out, to make a long story short, his father was a very prominent and rich architect out of Hartford, Connecticut. And once his son was charged with a deserter, the father did a political thing to write letters. Anyway, his son was completely cleared of all desertion charges, even though he was pretty guilty. So I have his identification disc. That's cool. See what you can do if you really love it and put your time into it and love your partner.
Hey guys, this is Heath Jones.
And this is Amy Dodd.
Normally we'd be out digging somewhere on a battlefield or a park or somewhere like that this Valentine's weekend, but it's a little cold outside. So we took a trip. We're here at the Kansas Museum of History, and we're looking at the Civil War section, my favorite part, and Amy's too now. But we just want to wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day. We're spending the Valentine's Day doing this together. We hope you're doing something, whether it's digging or doing the same.
Hold on.
She's got something to show you.
I have something for you
Oh,
for Valentine's Day.
well, I see I was unexpected.
Nah.
I wasn't expecting this. Oh, root saw. Thank you.
You're welcome. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day, guys.
Happy Valentine's Day from all us Hoover boys.
I had the pleasure of speaking with Jag and Rob Hilt.
My name is Jimmy.
My name is Rob Hilt. I go as History Hounds on most of the pages.
So I asked Jag what he loves the most about hunting with Dad.
Probably that I get to spend a lot of time.
So it's because you get to spend a lot of time with him?
I asked Rob what he loves the most, hunting with Jag.
Now, Rob, what would you say that you love the most about bringing your son metal detecting with you?
Just seeing his love for history. Being able to unearth history and have it right there where he can look at it. And, we go out, and a lot of times he metal detects a little bit, and then he kind of loses interest, and he goes surface hunting. He runs around, finds bottles in the woods, and runs around and does that stuff. Just spending time together.
So how long would you say you've been metal detecting with Dad for?
Since I began. He got his right after I did, and actually, we used to go out, and I used to run the E-track, and I would let him run it. I would just sit around and watch him run it, and we would go to parks and whatnot when we first started detecting.
I asked Jag if he had a wish list item, if there's something that he would really like to find.
What would you love to find the most?
Maybe a large scent.
King George.
Nice. And what would you say your favorite find has been so far?
Probably my first silver time.
Your first silver dime.
It was a 1944 Mercury silver dime. Was his first silver.
Where would you say your favorite place to metal detect is?
One of my favorite places, where is that though?
Well, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, it's a resident home that we go to that's treated us quite well. He likes to go there.
So what do you like going there for? Is that what you find, or?
Actually, it's fun just to go there and help them out, I think, and also metal detecting there.
Both the homeowners are elderly, and we've went and done their weed eating and mowing and stuff for them before, just helping them out. So,
Would you say that metal detecting has brought you and your son closer together?
we've always been really close, but getting to spend time doing something that we both love, because his love of history is just. It's just crazy. I mean, the books that he's read, on George Washington, Paul Revere, Samuel Adams, Thomas Jefferson. He loves to read the history books, and it's just something nice that we can do together as father and son. We can go out and we can detect and we can find things and come back and learn about them. And he knows that everything that we find that's in the background or anything that we find is his. It's all going to be his one day. So he's learning to respect the hobby.
I also asked Jay if he can meet one digger, who would it be?
Ooh, that's a tough one. He likes Keebler.
Yeah, Keebler.
Mr. Keebler, huh?
He's pretty cool. I like him too. Keebler, that's neat.
Yeah, he always took the Keebler on the videos and everything. He liked his sense of humor and everything. So
Now look at this, what he likes to do for a pastime. Here he is, checking out his coins.
Happy Valentine's Day.
I said, he's my buddy.
Hi everyone, it's Renee and Dean, just wishing everybody a happy Valentine's Day. So get your dig on, and your best find is the one that you're with.
Happy Valentine's, everyone. I found my best find.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey Lori, hey everyone over at Relic News. It's Valentine's Day, and Bill and I have a little Valentine's Day advice for all the digging couples out there. If you're not a digging couple, there's one way to become one.
Yes, there is.
There is. Buy your girlfriend a metal detector. Give her a pinpointer and a quality shovel. And a backpack with toilet paper in it. You can take her pretty much anywhere. And food. Bring her food.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's
Good
all you
times.
need, pretty much right there. And when you go out there, who knows what you're going to find? You might dig a nail.
You might find
You
a
might dig a
horseshoe.
real. Who knows?
You might fall in love.
Oh my God.
You might find
I love
love.
you, baby. We're so lucky. We're so
Happy
lucky.
Valentine's
Happy Valentine's Day,
Day.
people.
Now be featuring Tony and Diane, Bell 2 from YouTube.
Hi, I'm Tony Mantia. And I'm Diane. And together we're Bell 2. And we've been married for almost 49 years. And we've been detecting together for almost 6. And we like to do old houses and farm fields. And we're on YouTube as Bell 2. Check us out. Thank you so much.
From the first moment that I spoke with Tony, it was clear on how much he loves Diane. He sent me a bit of a message that was extremely touching. It says, "She is tough. She is a cancer and a heart attack survivor. She never cried about it any time that we were dealing with each problem. She would ride her bike while wearing the chemo pack that was pumping the chemo in her 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. The picture shows her riding her bike with her chemo in her fanny pack. The white object that you see in front of her shorts is a part of the tube that was going to the port in her chest that was pumping chemo into her. She rode 53 miles that day." He also wrote her a poem. It's called My Hero, dedicated to Diane, my own personal hero. While some may marvel at the men who walk in space, or those that climb the highest mountain or run the swiftest race, others will stand and cheer the one who hits the longest ball. Some will give applause as a star makes their final curtain call. While some may look towards these, I must tell you I know it is true. I can find no greater hero than the hero I have found in you. Wow. Beautiful. Make sure to check out Belle 2 on YouTube.
Hello, Relic News. Siren Kimmie coming at you from Girls Rock Metal Detecting. Want to wish you all a happy Valentine's Day. Hopefully you're going to be curling up with your metal detector out there trying to find some goodies and relics. If not, and it's too cold where you are, curl up next to the fire with a bag of popcorn and watch some Relic News and Girls Rock Metal Detecting. Have a great Valentine's Day, everybody.
Jerry Bomb! Hello, world, I'm your wild girl.
Hi, it's a Valentine's Day hello from Heavy Metal Detecting to all those at Relic News. And remember, if you can't be with the one you love the one you're with. Mwah! Rock on!
Happy Valentine's Day.